Damn. What's good? We don't talk about yesterday. We're just not gonna talk about that. What happened? I'm not gonna lie. Nothing really. I should have checked my screen time before this. Still was majority on my phone. But I did make a video. One video. I just didn't edit it and post it. So I guess I failed. I'm not gonna lie. But hey, just because you play a wrong note doesn't mean you can't play a right one. Let's work. But yeah. I guess this yap session is more about, I feel like I'm a burden to myself, low-key. Like, actively, I feel like some days I feel like, not that like I'm like inherently like a burden to no. Let me say it like this. In the context of like using my phone, I feel like I don't want to deal with myself, so I put on the phone so that I don't have to. Damn. So that I don't have to. It's like, it's just a lot easier to, oh my goodness, I don't want to deal with myself. Let me look at other people's situations. Let me look at this, let me look at that, because I just don't want to confront myself or my boredom, to be honest. Because I could do something about it. I realize that like a lot of the time I just don't give myself the time of day. And so, yeah. I love this camera angle. I'm going to be spamming this. I'm going to be spamming the ceiling shots. Because this, I feel like this is cool as shit. Like the ball coming towards you. But, yeah. Damn, that's supposed to be something cooler. My fault. Let me reset. My hair is really bad, if you're wondering. That's why the do-rag's on top. Because I don't want y'all to see my hair. Even though you'll probably already see my hair. Damn. Again, supposed to be something cool. Wasn't something cool. Y'all boys scared? You scared? But back to it. I do find myself sometimes feeling like a burden to myself and to my yeah, I feel like sometimes I just don't want to deal with myself, so I turn on the phone. I'm like, it's almost as if sometimes I don't want to be me, but like, gotta be me. I have to be me. I can't be anything else but it. So might as well confront it while I can. 3 vids a day. I'm gonna be putting out the vid from yesterday today as well, and then there'll be another one other than this one. But I want to do a sport again, chat. That might be the second half of this video. I want to play a sport again. I want to play a sport. Sports is just a vital part of me, and so like being out of high school and being like not able to play a sport, I'm still gonna play sports recreationally. I feel like that's. We're gonna act like y'all didn't see that or didn't see anything. So yeah, I still want to play sports recreationally, at least. You know, I don't want to completely lose my sport talents. So at least in the recreational sense, I'll probably be playing sports. But other than that, don't really know. Yeah. Shit. What else am I talking about? I'm a burden to myself. I view myself as a burden, and that's why I scroll for so long. Bro, it's like sometimes I just don't want to deal with my own life. You know? It's like I just don't want to look at it low-key. Not that it's sad or like it's something crazy, but like sometimes I just feel like I don't know. I don't want to deal with my shit. I don't want to look at my life, and I don't want to sit here And essentially, a matter of fact, let me not even say that. I don't want to entertain myself, bro. I want to be entertained. I don't want to entertain myself. I want to be entertained. It's very like I want my attention like taken from me. Like I don't want to have to give anything. I feel like I don't want to have I guess you could say self-agency. Not that I don't. Hold on. Need a water. Not that I don't like my self-agency. But that I, for some reason, hate self-agency and I just wish to, like, be one with the thing. But, like, I feel like my inability to take control of my self-agency. Wait, what? Yeah, I feel like I feel like there are so many, I feel like, how do I find the words to explain this? I should script these, but I don't, and low-key I fuck with not scripting them, so I'm not going to. I like to freeball, I like to spit off the dome, so that's what we're gonna do. Self-agency. I feel like a lot of the times I like to give up my self-agency for realistically no reason. I just don't like, I feel like sometimes I don't want to be responsible for myself, and thus I give up my self-agency. I give up the ability to entertain myself. I give up my ability to do other things. In return, I don't have to feel responsible for myself or my time. Well, I actually, hold on, quick side tangent. I don't like the phrasing of my time, or like people owning time, or like you have this time amount of time in the day. I feel like you don't own time. Time's a very, it's like you exist within time, you don't own it. So to say that, like, because I feel like that's how you get to the point of your life where you're like, oh, I'm wasting my time. Oh, I'm not. Like, I could sit here and argue that, yes, I did waste my time yesterday, and by design, and by no fault, by complete fault of my own, my time yesterday did not go to a goal. But to say that I wasted the time, okay, I wasted the time, but I didn't waste the time, if that makes sense. Like, I wasted the time in the sense that I didn't move towards my goals, but I didn't waste the time as in, like, I was having fun during that time. Like, I'm not going to sit here and deny it and be like, oh, no, I completely hated it. No, I was laughing my ass off watching Love Island TikToks. So, like, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that, like, oh, my goodness, I absolutely hated it and I wasted my time. Like, did I hate it afterwards? Yeah, because now I have to deal with the repercussions of it, but I didn't waste the time. As a matter of fact, I think the repercussions are actually a thing. What? I feel like the repercussions are the proof that I didn't waste my time, actually. The fact that I have to deal with the consequences of my actions show that I didn't waste the time. Did I use it productively? No. But the time existed and I didn't waste it. I just used it on the wrong thing, and that's why I have to do the right thing now. If that makes sense. So I feel like I don't like the concept of, oh, you have time, you gotta use it. Like, bro, live in the moment, gang. Take everything 1 second at a time. Yeah. But speaking of that, I don't want to take responsibility of my seconds or my minutes or my hours or my days, to be honest. I just don't want to take, I feel like sometimes I don't want to take responsibility for that time, and so it didn't hurt. Also, the ball is, yes, skinless. Wait, skinless? It's not a human being. It doesn't have the thing around it because it's been peeling. It is a volleyball though. But yeah, I guess this is the, what do they call it? The ball bladder? Yeah, this is the bladder of the ball. But yeah, it's very, I feel like sometimes I don't want to take responsibility for time itself. Like the fact that I exist within it, I don't want to take responsibility for myself. And so responsibility has always kind of been a hard thing for me. Growing up, I hate to be the bearer of bad news. I kind of am a mama's boy. I actually am the only boy in my family, and so I kind of feel like by design I kind of got. I'm not gonna sit here and say I got babied because I didn't. Actually, I kind of did. When it comes to certain things, I lack the responsibility because my older sisters kind of just always took that responsibility from me. And I love them for that and I thank them for that, but like to some degree it's kind of left me with a oh, other people will do it type of mentality. Even when it comes to entertaining myself, I feel like I just don't want to do it myself because I'm like, oh, I can just get another person to do this. And I feel like this happens to younger siblings with like really responsible older siblings. Like I feel like there's two paths for younger siblings for real, for real. It's either A, you have the most responsible and like best older sibling ever who will take care of everything, which is what I have. Or you have like older siblings who don't do shit. And so you have to like make up for them in your parents' eyes, or you have on the other hand, which I just said, I don't know why I didn't specify, older siblings that do great at everything, and now you're like, I'm so far behind. And you know, I've always kind of been the person to never fight. I've never always been like oh okay. So I never really tried to win. I've never been the person to, let me reset. I've never been the person to fight. And so I'm never like, oh, I gotta beat my sibling. Oh, I gotta beat my sibling. Oh, I gotta beat my sibling. They did this, I gotta do this better. Blah, blah, blah. I've never been that person. I've kind of just been lax on my own. And so I've never felt the need to compete with my siblings. I just kind of let them do what they do. But I think that's also had an effect where I don't take responsibility, not even for my actions, because I'm good with accountability. Accountability, I think I'm fine. But I do believe that I don't feel responsible for things. I think that's my problem. I don't feel responsible. Like even if we're talking about yesterday where I missed the videos, I didn't feel responsible for it. I feel like, oh, okay, it's there. Like I don't I don't feel responsible for myself, if that makes sense. It's a little painful thinking about it really and coming to this conclusion. It's like I don't feel responsible for myself. Like I feel like everything I do is out of like, even the good things I do, I'd argue, are out of like a sense of almost as if I'm looking at myself as this like invisible observer, which is good because like I'm not saying it's a bad thing that I look at myself this way because it leads me to having really good reflective talks like this. But the problem is that when I'm actually in action and trying to do things, it becomes a problem because if I'm at this invisible observer, I'm kind of doing things so I can look good and not doing something because I'm responsible for myself. Because I'm always in this like invisible God observer perspective. That sounds crazy. That's crazy. I do not have a God complex. When I say invisible God perspective, I mean like a perspective that isn't applicable to myself. Like a perspective that isn't applicable to myself or my situation. Like I'm like, how do I say this? How do I say this without sounding completely narcissistic? I'm fried. So a perspective that I feel is impossible. I'm looking at my life from a perspective that is impossible. It's almost like theoretical in a sense, which is why I said God. I shouldn't have said God there. I do not have a God complex. I am not God. I am imperfect, as I've stated multiple times on this channel, I guess. But yeah. Damn. I'm imperfect, and it's hard. It's hard sometimes. Come back here. It's hard sometimes, chat. Like I don't take responsibility for myself, and I wish I had a little bit more of a self-agency and a little bit more of a autonomy. And it's not saying I don't have autonomy. Like I do, but I don't like claim my own autonomy, if that makes sense. Like I don't, like I understand that I have autonomy, but like I don't enact it. It feels like I just kind of kind of just leave floating by. but not a leaf choosing to float by, but like almost being taken care of by the wind. You know, it's like sometimes I feel like I don't feel responsible for my own actions, and that somebody at some point. Not saying also, I feel like this is weird, but like I'm not saying that somebody's gonna come rescue me and do all the work for me. I'm not saying that. I think my problem is I don't take responsibility for my actions in the moment. I just kind of understand that like at some point I will lock in and do it. You know, and I feel like always having that at some point I'll lock in and doing mentality has kind of forced me to in this position where I never really take responsibility for myself in the moment. I'm always taking responsibility for myself in the past. That might be the title of this video, low-key. That's hard. Like, I'm never taking responsibility for myself in the moment. I'm always taking responsibility for my past actions or past. Like what I was saying, I missed 3 videos yesterday, even though I said I was going to do 3 videos a day. Like, this is me taking responsibility for my past actions. I can never really... I fail the ability. I don't have the ability to take responsibility for my present self. And I feel like it's something that I'm trying to learn. Is my do-rag knotted? Yeah, it is. It's something that I'm trying to learn, but like I also lack the ability of, and it's something that I'm trying to get better at, something that I'm trying to do better, something that I'm trying to just, and I feel like reset. I feel like I have to do better at it before college. Like I have to be able to take responsibility for myself in the present. And I also have to be able to take responsibility for my future self. I have to be able to take responsibility for all 3. My accountability is good, which is me taking responsibility for my past actions. Like I can, if I don't do something for a week, okay, boom, I'll do it now. My ability to take responsibility for my past action, great. My ability to take care of myself for my present actions, absolutely ludicrous. It's terrible, bro. I lack the ability, and my ability to take responsibility for my future actions. Y'all might have not understood the past 2 sentences. I was talking about my ability to take responsibility for past actions and present actions. But future actions, I think that one's not bad. Because I do have plans for the future. Like, I'm not... Like, I do have plans for the future, and I do work towards them. I just feel like right now, when it comes to expressing myself and actually doing what I owe to myself in the present moment, I lack the ability. I just lack that. And I think that's something I really have to work on. Something that I really have to get done. But low-key, I think I'm proud of myself for talking through this video. I'm very proud of the fact that I made it. And, yeah. Responsibility for present actions, chat. You're probably wondering how you got up there. Well, you're about to see how. Nearly fell.